Alright, hi everyone. I'm back. I made some changes again. This is more layout on my end, so nothing you'll see on the stream end, but I'm still trying to adjust just to do stuff that makes sense for me. So, whatever. I'm just trying to make some little modifications here and there. But, we should be set to go. We're going to take care of the Reddit Weekly. So this is an open seed. We'll just kind of play it around, see what happens. And then my plan is later on today, I want to get back to some more cross keys practice. But we're going to do this first. So without further ado, let's see what awaits us here. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Getting directions to State Street.
That's
Skinny
awesome.
Atlas.
All right. Arrows, not exactly what I was hoping for. I mean, I'm glad to start out with a handful of bombs. That's good. And a very confused soldier there. Alright. Well, we got some cash. Okay. Vanilla green pendant, always fun. This should just be more arrows, but that's alright. I wanted to... Couldn't remember if I took any damage before. I didn't think so, but... Alright, and that's garbage. Cool. I'm not messing with that. Let's just go... Hopefully eliminate this check. Yes. All about that. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna grab it just because... Whatever. Little money doesn't hurt. I know I'm gonna get some in a minute anyway, but... Oh, never mind. We're good on money for the most part. I mean, we're gonna blow 100 of it, but then... We'll see what happens. Glove is good. Just get all the money. helpful to get a few more bombs. Alright, we already have money for Zora, and the glove puts that in logic, so it'll be on the back of my mind. The Moon Pearl is good. Now fake flippering is value. Got ripped off. Well, a glove is great, but we really aren't getting much out of this village, which is a little concerning. Oof. Okay. Okay, what do we got here? Alright, a bottle at the library. Marking it just in case, because we don't get one for a long time. We find our boots. That could be locking something. And that's only $100, so I don't really care about that. Peculiar opening. Hold on. Let's do the back of escape first. 3 quick items there. I think that's a better call. Especially if we get lucky with a sword. That would be, like, the ideal scenario. Or at least some sort of weapon for the mini mold worms. Because we don't have a ton of bombs. I could buy more, but... Let's see if we get a weapon. Well, there's our bottle. Boots. So we can get that second bottle. That's great. Let's go right back. We're going to check Bonk Rocks and turn in this bottle real quick before we... Now we're going to be dealing with our sticky A button the whole time since we can run. Okay, that is something. Now I have some motivation to go check out Desert. Okay. All right. No 50-50. $20. Man, we're getting not some good stuff. All right. Alright, so just a piece of heart on the ledge. So we don't care about that. We can't beat this, but we can do all of the front, which is why I'm coming in here. We might get both items out of here right away. It's kind of worth looking. Be patient here for a second. Okay. I was hoping the big key was here just so we can go and clear out the right side and just leave. But the big key will be over here, which means we'll have to come back for the big chest. So we're going to do some extra running around here, just the way the layout works. Which is kind of unfortunate. Oh, I can't even kill these. I have 2 bombs. This is probably not going to be good. Alright. I guess we're coming back. That's annoying. Naturally, both items, one's locked at Lambo, the other one is sitting here. Are there bombs in any of these? It's all other crap, isn't it? Arrows. Another bow. Alright. Well, that's unfortunate. And I need a bomb for Agina's cave, so I guess we're gonna come back, which is really stupid. I mean, the only good news is I know exactly where the 2 items are, but one of them was probably going to be important, and now I can't even get to it. Alright. We're gonna have to go buy some bombs, and then we'll go down to Mini Mold Worm. Actually, since I'm heading in this direction, I might as well go to Saha and maybe we dip into Eastern. It's a pendant dungeon. We might only need to go in and not beat it, so... But if I get something good out of Saha, we just leave. we got the big key. Awesome. This is all gonna be crap. Yep. This is going poorly. We'll try this real quick. Where am I? Okay. Alright, well, we made it through. But I'll have to be careful in this room over here. We're gonna have to take... God, this is... Alright, we got it. Naturally. Okay. Let's do what I should have been doing the whole time, which is just go to Mini Mold Room. Why? Whatever. Okay. Hammer. Alright. We have Dark World access. Wonderful. Let's go check a few other things, and then I guess we start doing that. Nice. Hobo, the rest of the flippers checks. We're gonna get these out of the way. The island was nothing important. Ha! That's a nice sequence break right now. Alright. God damn it. Well, it's better than empty. Alright, so that was nothing. We're gonna head on over to the Dark World. I want to do Hype K first. Just because we have such, like, so little things that I feel like there's going to be something here that's of value, and then we can also just look at our map real quick. Oof. Alright. So, Swamp and Skullwoods are the red crystals. Pod and Turtle Rock are pendants. There we go. Okay. Cool. We're really close to going right to Pod, but let's, well, no. It wasn't Meyer, it's Pod. What am I doing? That's a crystal. I don't really want to do Pod or Eastern at all, but now that I have a bow, making me suspicious. You know, hold on. Alright, this is probably a giant waste of time. But we got the book early. Let's just go read the stupid pad. Better knowing than not. Okay. It's not important. That's good. Get our magic. Why? Alright, well, I guess we're going this way. Really? Wow. Alright. Get away from me. Alright, I guess we're just gonna kill you. Okay. Alright, let's go check just a couple things over here, and then we'll get into thieves. Okay, that is not required. That's good. Check that off. Sure. Alright, that might be important. Alright, Village of Outcasts. In Thieves Town. Garbage. Niceness. Come on. Oh my god, what a mess. Everything is just garbage in this seed. Above the benches, not below the other part. Freaking great sniper down there. Okay, that's a thing. Looks like we're going to go to Death Mountain soon. If we find a fire source, then I'd go back to Desert, but I'm kind of hesitant to go there until we do. I can just get one item. clever enough. Oh, I dodged it. I thought he was gonna nail me right there. Stupid anti-fairy. Fuck you too, game. I don't have the small key. So we'll see if that pops up here. I don't want these guys screwing with me. Of course I miss. Okay. Last item's on blind. Good time to get the script mostly right. Okay, game. I mean, I could route that in with the other checks down here, but that's kind of stupid. So I think we'll just route in all those checks south of the village here, and then we'll head up to Death Mountain afterwards. Kind of makes the most sense. I didn't activate the flute, because I'm a fucking dumbass. Alright. I'll have to go back and do that. Okay. God, that's so bad that I forgot. Then we'll go back and finish this stuff. I might even just pick up that other bottle in the library. I'm right here. Since I had to mirror anyway. Why the hell not? The funny part about this is that this sword is still not in logic that I have. Not that I care. But I wonder when the first sword actually shows up. It could be up here on the mountain. The bug catching net. How nice. Piece of heart. We don't need those, so both of these items are trash. Alright, let's at least read the tablet and see if there's anything here of value. Then we'll go in a Hera and see what we can do. We might be able to beat it. 10 shots with my bow. No, we don't need that. Okay, that's good. So this is beatable. Alright, there's one item. And if we're lucky, we get the second one up here too and can avoid the basement. Nah, now we got a really good chance of the key being on Moldworm, which means we're going to be fire locked out of the second item here. Unfortunate. Alright, whatever. Come on. There we go. Alright, what do we got? Alright. Fire locked. Most unfortunate. I don't like 2 crystals at the 40-minute mark. It feels bad. There's another sword. Mistimed. So if the mitts are up here, we can actually get that. Okay. Well, now we know where tempered is. So if I don't get anything up here, I have a couple other things to check. One of them being is the front of escape. We haven't done that yet. Okay, there's a hook shot. That doesn't even open up a ton for me, though. Do we just want to leave here? I think we do. Alright, we can just drop down. Yeah, I think we still do this. We have Dark Cross and the 3 items on the way to Zelda Cell, and I don't think we've seen the key. No. But we have seen the map, so we know there's at least 3 items still. Okay. Now we know there's something in Dark Cross. Great. We also might just need to go into pod. It's probably what we should do. Like, we'll check this, then we could do pod Eastern. Looking for stuff. I mean, pod is probably the better play because we don't have a lamp. I'm also kind of curious about Pyramid. Okay, let's reset this because that was bad. Really? Okay. Alright, then I don't know where the lamp is, but let's go and just finish Skull Woods. And we can go to Desert afterwards. Yeah, just secrets break Dark Cross. That's fine. Grab the key here. We don't need to kill the Gibdo in the back. Okay, we will check the chest here on the way out if we don't get the item off Moth. Okay, that's the item, so we're out of here. Now we can go to Desert. We might as well go get this stupid missing item. Nice. So let's see what I could have had in my possession earlier had I been, you know, aware of the fact that I didn't have enough bombs to kill these stupid idiots. Just a piece of heart, so that's good. Not punished. This is gonna be one of those seats where Lambo's gonna have something good. I hope. Rude. I don't know if I call that good. Alright, let's do the pod play. Like, the chances of this having something in it are starting to get a lot higher now. Cool. Double key, no surprise. Okay. Nice, that was stupid. Alright, we know there's at least one more key up here. One of these is probably a key. Well, it has to be a key. One of them could be an item. There's an item. Why not make life a little bit easier today? Whoop. Alright. The only thing we've gotten out of here is the stupid powder. Okay. I mean, that's great, but it's not the answer. Might as well just finish Eastern while we're here, even though this isn't going to be the answer either. At least it's not the lamp. It could be something else important. We can then turn in the green pendant, check out pyramid, catfish. We have the powder, and then we also have Bamos tablet, and then like Hera basement and a couple things. Oh, it just everything sucks. Once again, we're dead in the water looking for one of these stupid checks to have something for us. Nothing feels good about it. Alright. I hit the button and I was late again. That's so annoying. Alright. That might be valuable. We don't know yet. Nice. So small magic's my stun. That's kind of nice. Okay, we don't need that. Goodbye, pyramid item. Let's go check on our angry fish, and then we can do a couple other little things. Let's see if this pod dip was actually required. Yes, it was. Wow. Okay. That's funny. God. We should probably... Yeah. We're just gonna look at the requirement. I don't really want to dip in here. So green pendant was also required. God. Alright, cool. That's good to know. Now just give me Samaria here. Of course I need to... I don't need lamp, but I would prefer a lamp. I think with missing 2 items, I'm not going to set foot in there yet. Okay. I think this is the right play. Now, mind you, Eastern... Oh no, let's just go and do this. We'll just open... We might open to rock, or at least find out what it is. Who cares? Eastern... I had to use... So the back room can be unlocked with fire rod or lamp. But the fire rod is lamp locked in this seed. So right now, having ether is still not completely illogic anyway. Until the lamp finally shows up. Not that I'm overly concerned about that, but I still need flippers and Samaria. This opens. I'll just open it, but we don't have Samaria anyway, but whatever. I also will probably end up going to Spike Cave from here. I could check that one check in Hera if we don't get anything out of Hookshot Cave or Super Bunny Cave here. So, we have a plan. Alright, so this was Vamos. Let's just mark that real quick. Okay. What a twisted seed. And there it is. It's what puts it all in logic. So I wanted you to get those mitts. Go into pod. Get those mitts. Get the lamp. Then go and get the fire rod out of escape. To go into Eastern. To beat Eastern to get the green pendant. To get Ether Medallion. Like, and then we still don't know where Samaria is. But the lamp also puts Hera Basement in logic now. So I'm more inclined to actually look at that. It's ridiculous. And if this still doesn't have anything, or Spike Cave, we have the Smith Chain. So the first time I was up here, we didn't have a fire source, so we couldn't do this. So if this is progression, it's just mean. That's really all it is. It's just mean. Alright. Not it. Let's check Spike. That's about as good as it's gonna get. Snake Heart. What a bad place for it. And then we'll be mostly walking purple chest. Like, we'll run it down because I want to look at Bombos tablet as well. And there's a chance that all this is going to lead me into going into Mire early, because that's the only other checks we have after we do this sequence. Get the actual frog, please. There we go. Wow. Flawless hammer dashes today. Okay. Not there. Thanks, game. Alright. And let's go. Okay, not purple chest. Is it here? Nope. Alright, we go into Mire. I totally passed by the flute. It might be a double dip of Mire. It might give me like flippers and then I have to come out. That would be unbelievably bad. But it is what it is. Alright. Well. If we're lucky, Mario's just in here, and I could have dipped in this sooner. I wonder if I'll have enough magic to use lamp. We're gonna find out. Oh yeah. No problem. Naturally, not a single item yet. Love it. My luck is Samaria will be in. I'd rather find flippers, honestly. Because if Samaria's in here, then what's going to happen is I beat this, and then I have to go right up to Turtle Rock. And that's annoying. And then it's every single pendant dungeon will have something important in it, which is not a surprise, quite honestly. There it is. Great. Alright. So, where Flipper go? Do I don't have the big key yet. It's over here. Alright. Of course, they gotta be in Turtle Rock then. Amazing. Alright. Don't care. All right. Oh, boy. Well, for our sake, I hope they're early. Likely, they show up on frickin' Laser Bridge, so we'll be clearing the entire dungeon looking for them. I hate you. Been a while since I've gotten stuck there. Only good news is Ice and Swamp are going to be super fun just to completely go mode. Alright, we're gonna hope that it's right over here on the right side. Double key. It's gonna make us work for it. Vanilla Bicky, fantastic. Okay, thanks, I guess. Alright. Still looking. Ah, didn't fucking get the bonk. That's what I wanted to do. Alright. What the hell? That's not at all which direction you're supposed to go in. Like, clearly I didn't hold it down enough. Like, thanks. Let's go. You knew it was going to be on Laser Bridge, because it had to be that big of a pain in the ass. No. At this point, the only other thing we could really even want in the seed would be silvers. I'm not gonna go crazy looking for them. We do a couple checks on the way to the bosses, and we just beat the game. But, man. The people who do this logic, like, quickly, blow my mind. Because it's like... What made you want to go into all the pendant dungeons? I mean, we kind of got pigeonholed into Turtle Rock because I did everything else. But if someone did it beforehand, I mean, you also had to go into Mario to get Samaria, which was another, like, dick move. And the logic to get the Fire Rod, that was fun. And then Ether. So I think in general the time's gonna be a little bit slower on this one. We'll see eventually. Aw. I just missed the spin on him. Alright, then we'll go to ice, quickly beat that up. Okay. Actually, grabbing that key is kind of nice because I can skip the next one. Alright, back up the mountain. I might grab a potion just in case, but in case I'm being dumb. Here. In case of dumb. Missed it. All right. Once again, let's hope that our GT big key is not super buried. Maybe we'll even get lucky and get silvers along the way. They might not even be in here, but who knows. Cool game. Alright. We found our silvers. Glad I didn't open up a ton of shit in the other dungeons. Oh, look. Ice Rod. That's funny. sure. Oh, hey. Cool. Alright. Just do that so I don't get wrecked. Well, DM routing paid off this time. Let's go. Okay, that's not how I wanted to do that. There we go. A little overzealous at the end there, I don't know why. Alright, let's go. Die. I don't have time for your crap. Ah, screw it. I was hoping to nab that, but definitely stayed in the way. Ah. Sweet. This is not going according to plan at all. There we go. Alright, that could have been a lot worse. Okay. Damn it. I got too far away, so I didn't get it in quick enough. Alright. Bullshit. I have Butter Sword. They shouldn't be knocking me off. Screw those guys. Alright. Okay. This is going great. That was partially the A button stick again. I couldn't throw the pot. And I moved like right away. But we should be okay because we'll get a refill right here. Gimme. Thank you. For the memes. I don't know why I didn't run there. Okay. It's being a little bitch again. Really not a great Agatu. Alright, let's see if we can have a really good Ganon fight. In-game time will be below 145, which should be good. And then we'll see how that pans out compared to everybody else. Why is he facing this way? So, did I do something to cause that? Because then the fire bat was going the opposite direction and I just wasn't even thinking about it. Whatever. This is why we picked up a potion, but we ended up grabbing one anyway. We're just not taking the risk here. Okay. Come on. Good enough. Alright, that was weird. Alright, so in-game, real-time, 1:46:02. Will you be my friend? Alright, let's pull up some of the times on this one, because I'm curious how some people fared. This had some nasty item locations. Just some logic that would throw people off. Alright. We had two people who had 193 item checks. I had 163, which is still high. But, both like in the 3-hour range. Let's see about this one. 154. Cake got 142. I'll be a little bit behind that, but man, there was the only reason why I didn't forfeit this atrocious seed is because boots were really early. Yeah. Yeah, that's a line, all right. Doggy 136.34. Yeah. Got punished pretty hard for skipping the front of escape. Yeah, the fire rod just sitting there. 301. Yeah, for newer runners, the logic's gonna slow them down a lot. $235 from Driving Chaos. Cloud 138. Alright, so I have a decent time. I'll be interested in seeing how like Scanler and Bagel do with this one when they get around to it. So it is what it is. Alright. We're gonna fast forward this, get our time, and I'm gonna submit it all, and then I'm gonna take a nice little break. And my plan is to come back later and do some cross-queue stuff tonight. And we'll see if we'll see how that pans out with my updated setup slightly here. kind of go from there. But that was a fun one. Twisted Logic. I like Twisted Logic. It was a good puzzle to solve. Made you basically go into everything except for Castle Tower. Which, thank goodness. If it was an Agassiz on top of it all, it would have been unbelievable. It is what it is. But dipping into all 3 pendant dungeons, including finishing Eastern for green pendant turn-in, and with a lamp way the hell up in Hookshot Cave, it's pretty brutal. So, a 144.38. All right. Alright, that's going to do it for now. I'll be back on later today. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch you in a little bit. See you then. Bye.